Think about it. A stadium is not just a concrete structure, but a living, breathing body. 100,000 people holding their breath, eyes glued to the track, their hearts asking one question: is something going to break today? But the truth is something no one tells you: some Olympic records were never meant to be broken. Not because today's athletes are weaker, but because the world that gave birth to those moments no longer exists. In today's video, we will tell the story of records that were not just numbers, they were the final frontier of human capability. Welcome to a story where history doesn't just move forward. Sometimes, it stops right there. Part 1: The sprint that was the human limit. On August 16, 2009, at the Berlin World Championships, Usain Bolt delivered the historic performance of his life. The stadium was ablaze with light, cameras, and the roar of the crowd, but Bolt looked completely relaxed. When the gun fires, he doesn't just run. It seems as if he's flying off the ground. Every step and stride challenges gravity and physics. And then, the clock stops at 9.58 seconds. This was not just a world record. This was the ultimate limit of the human body, a point beyond which it seems practically impossible to go. Bolt's record remains untouchable to this day because it wasn't just about training. It was a combination of genetic talent, perfect timing, and pure dedication. Part to the queen who transcended age. In the shadow of the Cold War, when every building and every stadium was tinged with politics, a young gymnast stood carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders: Larisa Latynina. She wasn't just a girl doing flips and spins. She was an era, an icon, fighting for national honor and pride. From 1956 to 1964, across 3 Olympics, against 3 generations of athletes, she won 18 Olympic medals, a feat that seems like a mere dream in the modern system, where gymnasts peak at 16, 18 and their bodies break down quickly. Latynina proved that sports were never just games. They were an identity, a symbol of a nation's strength and honor. Her story is an unforgettable saga, a constant reminder that one person's passion can change an era. Part 3: When amateurs beat the pros. Stockholm, 1912. As the world stepped into the new era of the modern Olympics, a Native American boy from a poor background arrived at the stadium. No sponsor, no fancy shoes, relying only on his body and willpower. He was Jim Thorpe. He wasn't just an athlete. He was a testament, proof that talent and determination can make a person stand against any system, any obstacle. By winning gold in both the pentathlon and decathlon, he etched his name into the record books forever. But then the truth emerged: he had once taken money for playing baseball, and the system swiftly stripped him of his medals. Years later, when the medals were returned, it was merely a formal gesture. The real honor, the real moment, was gone forever. Today, the Olympics is a billion-dollar industry. Athletes are secure, systems are strong, but the era of the pure amateurs' victory is over forever. Part for the jump that broke physics. Mexico City, 1968. A thin wind was blowing, and every eye in the stadium was fixed on one place: the long jump pit, where Bob Beamon stood, clutching his dreams and courage. The moment his feet left the ground, the official's breath caught. The measuring tape was set, but it fell short. The result: 8.90 meters. The old world record was shattered by 55 centimeters, a gap never before imagined in the world of athletics. Beamon falls to the ground, disbelief in his eyes, excitement in his heart, and a wave of shock in the stadium. In that moment, it became clear this wasn't just a jump. It was a miracle that broke the laws of physics. Today's rules are strict, wind limits are monitored, but Beamon's jump was a history accident, a moment that can never be repeated, immortalized forever. Part 5: When war created monsters. The era of the 1970s and 80s, when the Cold War was at its peak. Stadiums were no longer just venues for sport, but arenas of politics and power. Athletes from Eastern Europe were writing numbers in the record books that seem impossible even to modern science, in human strength, stamina, and performances that stunned the world. Behind every race, every lift, every throw, there wasn't just talent, but the planning and control of an entire system. But then the truth came out: systematic doping. These athletes weren't pushing their limits. They were crossing the limits of the human body, all for a political era. Today's Olympics have strict anti-doping systems, lifetime bans, and the only way to break those old records is through cheating, a path no one is allowed today. That era, that truth, can never come again. Today's Olympics are faster, cleaner, more scientific. Everything is monitored, and every athlete depends on top-level technology and training. But that raw passion, that human fire, that pure dedication which defined earlier eras, perhaps doesn't exist in the same way anymore. Some records were only born from war, politics, pain, madness, deficiency, and perfection, and that is why they have remained alive forever. History never repeats, and those moments never return. The next time you watch the Olympics, and the commentator says, "This record may never be broken," remember, it's not just a question of time. It's the weight of human stories. Some moments happen only once and then they become legends, forever immortalized in humanity's collective memory. If you like this story, don't forget to like the video, and tell us in the comments which Olympic record do you think is the most untouchable. If you enjoyed this video, also watch our first video, the darkest Olympic sport ever, live pigeon shooting exposed. Subscribe to the channel, because here, it's not just facts that come alive, but stories and moments from history that you will remember forever.